Because I am all about what? Putting niggas in my rotation.
Oh, we got a rotation?
Listen, I got Daniel.
Okay.
I got Neighbor Bay.
What?
And
you got AIDS. Allegedly. But anyway, brothers, you see how they glorify, or they have her character glorify putting, quote unquote, niggas in a rotation. Meaning what? She's sleeping with various men because she's trying to forget about the damage that she inflicted on herself when she made the bad decision that she made. And you see that a lot with many of these females. They will try to get over the man that they were with in a long-term relationship that they destroyed on their own by sleeping with multiple men. That's a way for them to try to get the spirit of that man off of them by sleeping with multiple men. And all it does is add to the demons that are already inside of them because the woman is a receiver. Every man that a woman lays down with leaves a portion of his spirit inside of her. So if a woman has been with 20 dudes, she got the spirit of 20 dudes. If she's been with 30 dudes, she got the spirit of 30 dudes, so on and so forth. And also, by the way, every man that sleeps with a woman leaves a little bit of his DNA inside of her vaginal walls. Okay? And even the ancient cultures knew that. It was that's why it was so important to have a virgin. Okay? The ancient cultures knew a lot more than we think that they knew. Right? They would call a child who they believed had mixed traits of various creatures as a chimera. Chimera. Okay? A lot of times that's why, you're trying to figure out why these little niggas out here are so bugged out. Is because they got DNA from some wild nigga that the broad slept with 5 years ago mixed in with your DNA. Right? Even if it's 0.00005%. That shit affects the biochemistry of the child. Okay? But yes, every man that a woman sleeps with leaves a little bit of his DNA in her system. So that's why it's important, or that's why it's always been important for the woman to be a virgin. And that's why other cultures have very, very stern penalties, or that's why certain cultures, I should say, have very stern penalties for a woman that tries to break the ritual practices of marriage in their culture. That's why you'll see in Pakistan or in Iran, they have such stern penalties for those women. Because when you allow the woman to do whatever she wants, she's going to cause confusion. Period. But the liberal female in this society, particularly the liberal black female, exalts in her ability to cause drama through confusion.
I'm about to add a new one tonight. You Latino. See, bitch. Ah!
Now remember, they call him Latino, but he's obviously a Spaniard. He's obviously a so-called Caucasian man. One of the main themes of many of these black female shows is to try to encourage women to sleep with as many different races of men, to try to encourage so-called black women to sleep with as many different races of men as possible. Because the narrative is that so-called black men are doing it. So we should be able to do it, or we should be doing it. The fact of the matter is that the vast majority of relationships that so-called black men are in are with so-called black women. That's always been the case. All right. And when you go back historically, it's always been the famous black female who was with a non-black man.